All right, you guys. Hey, I appreciate you guys coming on. You guys, I have Deepak Aneri on here, and they're going to be sharing with us their experience from buying their X5. I appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for
no
having us
problem.
on. Yeah.
Absolutely. Could you guys start off just by sharing, your background and a little bit about what do you guys do?
Sure. So my name's Deepak Sandra. I am an electrical engineer. My career is electrical engineering. I work for Boeing. Have been there for about 10 years. Right now, I'm in the modification support department, so just supporting aircrafts, but that's what I do.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm Aneri Patel. I work as a supply chain manager doing product management for a pharma company.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. And how long have you guys been married?
We've been together since 2010.
We dated a lot longer than
we've been together for over a decade, but married about 6 to 7 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Very cool. That's when I met my wife around that time. So
yeah. Oh, okay.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So you guys, obviously, I know, Deepak, you're a big car guy, right? And you guys have bought cars, sold cars before. Tell me, prior to buying a car with us, the past 2, 3, 1 year, whatever, what was the hurdles? What were the good and the bad of buying cars out there?
So when I first started my Boeing job, my first splurge was a car. I first went to Infiniti dealership and got an Infiniti Q50.
Oh, yes.
I love that car. But one of the biggest hurdles was definitely the dealership, being in a dealership and going through the dealership process. Like, they are really trying to sell you a car, and it's not a fun process. They really try to push it on you. So I didn't really like that part.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think prior to us getting, a car with you guys, Deepak and I were in the market. It was our first car buy together.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was, we were really, both of us are remote, so we had very specific goals about one car at that time. And Deepak's Infiniti was a bagged, low to the ground kind of car. So I was coming in, throwing a wrench into his goals, right, of what kind of car he wanted. So we had very different needs that needed to be put into one car. So we were in the market for like a year and a half, and it was a seller's market at that time.
Yeah.
Right. And so we would go to these dealerships, and they would, if they saw us even having conversation or slight disagreement about one of the cars, they kind of moved on from us.
Wow.
So many people, that there wasn't a lot of attention to what we really wanted or room for discussion. So I think those are the things that I struggled with when looking for a Beamer that for a BMW that we liked. So
wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one before. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else that stuck out to you, like any other pain points or anything else when you were going through that process?
I think inventory was a big deal.
That was a big one because, like you said, like, I am a car guy, and I wanted the car to be a certain spec, right? And the BMWs that we were looking at didn't really quite hit all the marks. Like, maybe the interior was cool, but the exterior color wasn't really what we wanted.
Sure.
But
or this quality, even.
Yeah.
I think the quality
cars
of the
were clean.
Yeah. You could tell that there was wear and tear, but the prices didn't match that wear and tear, so
1,000%.
There was a lot of that. I think.
So how did you guys find us? How did you find your car here?
So we were just Googling around, and we came across a website that had the Beamer that we bought on it, and it met all the specs. It was a beautiful car. We absolutely loved it. So we had to like at least contact you, see if we can, see it.
Share with us, what kind of car is it?
We thought you guys were like a normal dealership, the big dealerships. And so we didn't realize sort of the vibe you guys had until we pulled up to you.
No, we were
really surprised. Yeah.
So you came up to here and you're like, wait a minute, this doesn't look like a dealership.
No. We were expecting a dealership, but we didn't see any cars outside at that time, right? But then we came in and we're like, oh, we're in the right spot.
And you literally walked outside to come greet us, which was so different that we were pleasantly shocked when we were getting out of the car itself. I remember Deepak and I looking at each other, like, what's going on?
Like, why is this guy coming out here? This is kind of weird. So share with everyone what kind of car you bought from us.
Yeah, so we got a 2021 BMW X5m50i.
That's right. And share the color spec, Deepak.
Ooh, it's what is it? It's a tanzanite blue exterior with a two-tone interior, white and blue two-tone interior. So absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, with the car wrapped.
Yeah, it came with PPF in the front, which was awesome, man. That was
share with all of us the process. So you came to the dealership. Tell us the highlights, the hurdles, the pain points of going through buying a car with us.
Yeah. So when we walked in, I think the thing that struck out to me was, one, it was a little bit after hours for you guys. So you accommodated our schedules, which was really important to
we came out
to us. We have very long work days. So it was about 6 p.m. and we were the only ones there, which was very cool. We all sat down at the table, and I remember you telling us that we went right into like what our car needs are, and you're like, wait, hold on, let's get to know each other for a little while. So I remember just spending, I think, about 30 minutes just talking to you and sort of telling you about us and what our car journey has been and what we're looking for, what our future looks like. And I think what was unexpected in that first 30 minutes is that you gave us guidance for our holistic car journey and not just trying to sell us on that one car that you had, which was very different. It was very not stressful to be there and, get right into the contracts and the financing and all of that stuff, which is what you typically experience elsewhere. So yeah, I think we just got to know each other. We told you we were interested, and we went for the test drive.
Yeah,
we wanted to get in the car, and you didn't want to hold us up, and you gave us a tour of the warehouse, which was, I felt like the meeting was deeper than just a transaction. It was, you were showing us about your business, your guys' values, beliefs, and what you were trying to do there. And so I remember seeing all the other cars that you had in the warehouse as well. Yeah. So that was the first 30, 40 minutes.
Yes, absolutely. And it's so funny you said that, because that's what I remember too. And that's what built our relationship to where I feel so comfortable. I text Deepak all the time, like, how you doing? What's going on? What's new? Right. And that's, everyone kind of becomes like our family, and it's just an extended family. And I appreciate
there's a sense of safety.
Yeah, you definitely can't get that at any other dealership.
No. I remember leaving dealerships when we were looking prior to visiting you guys. I remember going to dealerships and telling Deepak, like 20 minutes into our day where we've planned an entire day of looking at cars, we spent like 20 minutes and I was overwhelmed. And I was like, I don't want to do this. So I was very against going to dealerships and having that discussion. I was almost okay with him doing it. And what was really cool is you almost brought me into the fold, into the conversation a lot. I was letting Deepak take the lead and he was talking cars with you. And then you're like, but Aneri, what do you want? And that was important, because I think a lot of times when you're couples and you're coming together, one person takes the lead.
Sure.
But I think you were really passionate about making sure that both of us were happy with the choice. And that kind of carried into the test drive where Deepak drove the car, but you were talking to me constantly about how it felt to be in the back row, which is what I was really concerned about. Yeah.
Absolutely. Any pain points during that process you guys can recall? Hurdles?
No, so we were talking about that. We literally cannot point to one thing that didn't work out. It was really easy. I think we came in, the car was amazing. And once we drove it and we spoke to you, we were really sure about what our financing path was going to be like. But you mentioned, a lot of things, a lot of our other options, even though we were set on the way we wanted to do it, you wanted to just let us know what our options were. I think not having financed the car, in all transparency, we didn't finance the car, but even that was very easy to understand and not stressful. It didn't feel like you were pushing it onto us. And so I think we don't really have any negative things. We were racking our brains to find out, but it was a really pleasant experience. You guys worked with us. I know that we wanted to pay and we were only able to do that the next day. So we came back and that's when we bought the car. And that was 30 minutes max, I think, if that.
Drove off with the car.
Yeah,
it was super easy.
so the process was really easy. And I'm not just saying, I really not saying that because we've had a good experience and we're talking here, but Deepak and I didn't have any complaints about that entire experience.
Well, that's like music to my ears. We strive for that. We strive to make sure we make a fun experience, a pleasant experience, an easy experience. And it's not always going to be like that, but at least we can try.
And that's what I'm saying. Like if we had gone the financing route, I'm sure there would have been more discussion.
Sure.
We would have had, and we would have had to kind of go back and forth and figure it out. But there was this underlying assumption, and you actually verbalized it to us. You said, guys, I'm not into negotiating back and forth. Tell me what you want to do and let's try to get it done, as opposed to get into this tangle over hours, which is what I learned from my dad, by the way. My dad goes to dealerships and hangs out there for 4 or 5 hours as part of the negotiation tactic. And I mean, just the thought of doing that really does not feel good. And so I think you kind of set it straight of like, let's not keep going back and forth. Tell me what you truly want. Let's be transparent and have shared goals of how to make this happen. So I think that was a relief. And I think if we would have gone the financing path, I'm very confident that that's how it would have happened.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
I know, Deepak, you've done some stuff to the car. You want to share with everybody what you've done to the car?
Definitely have. So far I've gotten downpipes, I've gotten a tune, I've gotten an air intake system. So estimated horsepower maybe around 650 right now. So
oh my goodness,
pretty spicy.
It's a fun. I'm sure your neighbors love you on a cold start.
Oh, I wake everyone up here.
Oh man.
Well, sometimes go to work at 5.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's gotta be fun.
That's fun.
I really, really appreciate you guys coming on to this call. And my last question for you guys is, what's next? What's the next car? What do you think?
That's an easy answer, right?
Well, depends who you ask.
I think the answer is the same as it was the day we were leaving. I think you mentioned that you guys do concierge services and you look for cars for people who can't find them. You were saying that to me as we were exiting with the keys to the Beamer, and the answer was a GTR, because that's what Deepak's part.
I always think about you when I see GTRs. I think I sent you a couple.
You have.
I always think about
Definitely have.
So you still want that GTR?
100%. And we will definitely come to you when I'm ready to buy one.
There you go.
And I'm committed to putting that as a priority for him.
Yeah, that's a beautiful car. It's a fun car.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
It
well, hey, I appreciate you guys coming on. I appreciate you guys' time. And I definitely look forward to working with you guys and also hanging out with you guys. I just picked up a GT3.
I saw the blue one, right?
Yeah. So just got it last night. Gabby got it for our anniversary gift, so she got it for me.
Wow.
But we have to get together and definitely go out soon. So
you guys need to do that cruise. That Sunday cruise.
We got to do a Sunday cruise. We'll set something up. Well, all of us will go. Maybe we'll cruise somewhere and have a nice brunch or something.
Sounds good. Yeah.
But I appreciate you guys coming on here and thank you so much for your time.
Sure. Thank you for your continued partnership and friendship.
Yes.
Appreciate you guys.